Hello, you fucking losers. It is Christopher, and I am mad. Goddamn mad. So mad that I'm going to forcibly dry rape you in the ass. Anyway, I am here to tell you about what I've been doing. Besides obviously wasting my time playing old video games for no goddamn reason, I've also been thinking about my ex-girlfriend still as usual. Realizing that her, among many other girls I've been with, left me and were with other guys for longer periods of time than me. This makes me realize they did not like me that much. Can you believe it? Women dumping me because they weren't that attracted to me and didn't like my personality. Can you believe it? I sure can't, which is why I harassed the living shit out of a mental woman I dated, still knowing that every few years she may fuck me because I'm such a desperate, sad, pathetic loser. I've also done Google searches starting with things like "I'm not attracted to ... Guess what shows up? Husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, etc. Isn't that sad? I've read through the links, tons of women saying they hate sex with their husband or boyfriend, talking about how they are financially trapped with them, talking about how they are attracted to other men but not their husband, admitting they never loved their husband, only being with them because of their personality or money. Ha ha ha. Now I know obviously these women are goddamn retards, but there are so many of them it's scary. I've been through over 15 of such women myself. That is why I'm single. I know the divorce rates. I know all of it. So I ask myself, why do I harass ex-girlfriends knowing damn well they would still be with me if they liked me? Why don't I take the hint? Why the hell would I need closure? Now yes, there are narcissistic bipolar women who trash men that they like, but even they can last at least half a year before fucking it up. Why am I chasing after a bitch I dated years ago who could only pretend to like me for 2 weeks and even then flipping the fuck out constantly? Then I see her obsessing over all the guys she has known the past 5 years, still many she barely knew, simply because they lived the lifestyle she wanted to experience again. Sick, sad, pathetic world we live in. She is an empty vessel that lowers my self-esteem to no end. I don't even want marriage. The only reason I want her around me is for company, to get me to go out and feel good about myself and give me sex. But she fails me and it does the opposite, making me feel worse. I have to say I've been eating and playing video games like a madman, sometimes calling her throughout the day. She has ignored me for a week straight now. She hasn't responded with a single goddamn word. But I do know her daddy has been pimping her apartment and she has been obsessing over stupid crap. Still as usual. Her Facebook has 33 friends on it. She maybe knows 3 of them and the rest are people all over the country. I need to get a goddamn life. But I assure you once again that life does not involve video games or dwelling on what women or other people think of me. Oh god, fuck this goddamn world. Seriously? I hate all of you. Work, work, work. That's really the only thing worth loving. Money is worth loving, nothing else. Everything else is a novelty that comes and goes. If it stays, odds are it is a parasite. I hope to one day stop bothering this useless bitch. It does nothing but bring me down. Fuck women. Make money, money, money. Ye baby. Consume the goodness of limitless funds and work ethic. We should all live to satisfy ourselves. It doesn't matter what others think. For example, I play Phantasy Star Online on a dead server with a handful of people on it because it allows me the freedom to hack all the items in the game to play as I see fit, rather than wasting months and even years of my life to access the same content. I can do it in seconds on my own. I don't have to worry about trading with other people to get the items I want, nor do endless grinding dealing with other people. I used to have to be worried about being banned if I was rude or decided to cheat or steal, etc. Without other people holding me down, I can live my own delusional adventure alone, feeling great about myself. This works in so many other ways you have no idea once you only live to satisfy yourself. To use people for your own gratification while showing them no weakness through empathy, you truly do have limitless power. I really do understand now what narcissism is, and I would be lying if I said I didn't like it. It is a powerful tool that prevents you from risk and pain besides the occasional STD or people hating you for being a douchebag all the time. I can tell you this, at the end of the day it doesn't matter. You are only responsible for yourself. What you don't know doesn't hurt you. Sometimes I think about ex-girlfriends and worry about them having sex with other men. Then sometimes I think, what if I dated the thousands of girls who live within a 10-mile radius of me? Would I be jealous and worried about all of them? Of course not. I would probably obsess over the most likely ones to have sex with me or hang out with me again. I'm not a picky man. But it makes me realize if I never knew these women I dated, I wouldn't think about them or bug them at all. There's also something else I've thought about. We all have our own obsessions and interests. For example, I pull out my eyebrow hair, making it look like I have no eyebrows. I can't control that compulsive behavior. People who don't have this problem would probably sigh, just stop, it's fucking up your eyebrows and making you look stupider than you already do. This can be said about anything and everything you as an individual do. Being aware of bad habits does not mean you will ever fully defeat them or change your life entirely. You are who you are. You can only change so much. Outside forces can only change you so much as well, and you can't run from your problems or rely on others, because when those bubbles and escapes pop, you're screwed again. Life sucks, get used to it. Don't throw out what you love in frustration. You can only blame yourself, not your addictions. Always blame yourself when you are not happy. Think about this for a second. On a daily basis, how many people do you interact with that matter, and what do they want from you? For example, if you join an organization, the organization wants you to help them grow, but they will have little problem trashing you if they don't feel you being around benefits them. Say you work somewhere for years and you get tired of working there. The only thing left is using them as a job reference. They hold little to no real value in your life, except maybe a loose lingering friendship depending on the job that has perks. The sole reason to treat people good is in hopes of gaining a benefit in the long run. Lots of interactions, however, result in no long-lasting benefit. With things like the internet, we can now check up on people we would normally have no contact with anymore. This leads to empty friendships with no real value except on rare occasions. So we must ask ourselves, exactly how many people do we still hang out with regularly from decades ago? And what are the chances of hanging out with them in the future, and what real gain can you get from them? You may be thinking right about now to treat everyone great. Don't be pushy or step out of line, and be sociable and get connections, and you'll be rewarded in the future. Yes, this can be true unless you have something a lot of people want, like men flock to pussy. So you must ask, why would a woman need to try very hard when you will chase them for pussy anyway, no matter how they act? So for men, they have to try a little harder because they are disposable. If a guy messes up, acts weird, or isn't attractive, odds are he is screwed, unless the other person also has a long history of fucking up relationships. At the end of the day, even the nicest people interact with others and behave for selfish reasons. The best they can do is trust you as someone who is reliable. Reliable, isn't that great? Trustable and reliable, so that they can use you and not worry about you causing them trouble. This is what life is about, your usefulness to other people and to not be a burden on them. So ask yourself, really, how many true friends do you have, and how many people do you have around you, simply so they can also get the rewards of being around you for themselves as well? This seems cynical, but you have to ask yourself, really, how many of your guy friends would you trust around your girlfriend for long periods of time alone together, etc.? You have to realize we are animals. We are replaceable. So I can't believe I'm writing this at 7 in the morning, but I have to. Like 2 weeks ago, my ex-girlfriend kicked me out of her apartment early in the morning. She wanted nothing to do with me the past 2 weeks, but she made it clear that she was saving me for later because she was allowing me to call her all the time without caring. Earlier yesterday, she texted me wanting to buy her cigarettes and come over. I missed the text by a few hours. When I called her back about it, she said she meant to send it to a friend. I know she has done this to me in the past, but of course I don't buy her anything. I let her daddy do that. So I know she probably has a guy over there. I go over there and knock on her door. She doesn't answer and tells me to go away. I don't hear a guy in there, so I go home assuming she's alone, and if she wants sex she will come back to me, not be a slut. I don't know why I would think that I know she's a slut. Ha ha ha. Anyway, 5 in the morning, like 2 hours ago, I get a call from her phone to my Google Voice account I used to text her. I immediately call her back. It's some guy saying, hold on, hello. So now I know she was sleeping with another guy and she was kicking him out of the house at 5 in the morning, so he wanted me to know what was going on. He obviously looked at my texts to call my Google Voice account. I always, of course, text her about how much of a slut she is and she will fuck anyone. So now I know why she stopped talking to me 2 weeks ago. It was so she could cheat on me with random guys. I know he is just some random guy she invited over, so I'm not even mad. I know we aren't dating, so I'm not even mad. I am going over there to harass the shit out of her in a few hours though. Ha ha ha. Time to stir up shit. I may have made a mistake about what occurred last night. My ex-girlfriend may have told the guy at 5 in the morning to call me to tell me that she is seeing this other guy and for me to go away. However, I know she invited him over and asked for him to bring cigarettes and mistakenly sent it to me, so obviously he isn't living there. She also said he was just a friend and she didn't know why she didn't want to talk to me lately when I called her on the phone about it. She always used to like to make me jealous in the past. After we hooked up again earlier this month, she even added the guy back from years ago that she cheated on me with and was inviting him over, but luckily he lives far away. So 2 weeks ago when I last slept with her, she had someone else's toothbrush replacing mine in the bathroom. So obviously she is juggling guys every few weeks. She may like this guy more than me. He is bigger than me and maybe bigger than me in other ways. Ha ha ha. But I am not jealous of him or anything, but I am having doubts that he called me because he got kicked out and wanted me to know. Maybe they talked about me and she put him up to calling me, which is why he was saying hold on, hello, trying to talk to me when returned the call. He even gave me his name and what school he went to when I showed up at the apartment. I just hung up the phone when I heard a guy calling from her number and went straight to her apartment. I then ran my mouth, giving him little room to talk or say anything to me. I told my ex-girlfriend I'd talk to her later and she said no, you won't. So I'm really starting to think she tried to put him up to getting me to go away by calling me, rather than anything else. But I do know that this guy has only been around for the past month at most, because when I hooked up with her a month ago she obviously wasn't dating anyone recently. She didn't shave and she was all excited to see me not talking to any guys in the area, only long distance. I should leave this girl alone, but whatever. Time to go to her house in my minute. It's 11 in the morning. I have to go to the bathroom first, lol. Hopefully he is gone. She turned off her phone when I tried to call a minute ago. Well, I am now back at home. It is almost 1 in the afternoon. She hasn't woken up yet and her phone is still off. It's best I don't wait outside when she walks out, just in case that guy is still there or she just looks through the window and tells me to leave. It's best to catch her awake and outside her apartment. I will go back out to harass her in a minute. I do not understand why there are people out there like this who cheat all the time and constantly need new sex partners. I am an introvert and I'm satisfied for the most part with a single woman. I mean, I will still look at other women, but I am satisfied when I am with a girlfriend. There is nothing special about this guy, but women are weird, and I know not all women constantly hook up with new guys, but I know some do, and some leave husbands even if they have children as well. This woman is toxic. I will never enjoy the hooked up lifestyle so many people try to embrace. It is just not me. Kind of like how I don't enjoy killing people, but hey, maybe I should try it before I knock it. It could be fun. Ha ha ha. Anyway, I'm about to head out after I take a quick shower and bug her again. It's not over. It's never over. In fact, the last few times I had sex with her, it wasn't that good anyway. I like the companionship more. If you want to know why I want just move on, well, it's because this is the only type of woman that will stick around and give me the time of day. So I have the rest of women to blame for not wanting me, and I have now been scarred for life in fear of ever being in a committed relationship. I've always been cheated on or dumped. I take what I can get. So I was right, it seems. He was kicked out at 5 in the morning in the cold, dark weather. He took her phone and tried calling me twice before she kicked him out. I went over there and talked to him right before he was thrown out. Anyway, I went over there again around 2 in the afternoon. All the people at her apartment complex think I stalked her, which is true, but I have my reasons. They behave like a family over there, so when I went to try to talk to her, she said she didn't want to talk right now and proceeded to walk to a group of people from her apartment complex and told them I was bothering her. So one tall guy and some fat short black guy came over and proceeded to tell me to leave and I was stalking her and she wants nothing to do with me. I stood my ground, said he didn't know shit, etc. etc. He was full-blown white knight. I have the text and call of her trying to contact me before she hooked up with this other guy who she tossed out. She uses men like this. And she was using the men in her apartment complex to scare me away. I stood my ground and told him to go ahead and hit me. I wasn't gonna be a pussy. This made my ex-girlfriend turn and look at me when I said go ahead and do it. I ain't a bitch. He didn't do it 'cause he's a bitch. This made my ex-girlfriend come over and talk shit, saying she didn't call, only the other guy called. Not her, which is a lie. She called me before she called him to come over, and since I'm not answering, she called him. Anyway, I left after I realized standing there arguing wasn't going to do anything. If I leave her alone long enough, they will realize she's full of shit. Because she doesn't bite me over even after calling the cops on me and talking shit about me. She's a horrible person. Nobody should put up with such women. I am a fool for continuing this with her. As long as you only talk to her when she wants to talk to you, it's fine, but she does toss you out whenever she wants to as well. She is a full-blown narcissist. Anyway, I just sat thinking on my bed about what happened and fucked up my eyebrows really badly. Fuck my life.